Skyscrapers bowed, once symbols of human aspiration, now monuments to despair. Loki's magic, a suffocating shroud over Earth. Gone was the vibrant pulse of life, replaced by a chilling silence. His laughter, a chilling echo amidst the ruins. The Avengers fallen, their strength, no match for Loki's cunning. He had played them, used their own heroism against them. Now, their powers were tools of his oppression. The world trembled, not in anticipation, but in fear. Loki, on his throne of lies, a twisted mockery of Asgardian grandeur. He had promised order, a world free from conflict. His words, honeyed poison, had seduced many. They saw only the illusion, not the chains binding them. His rule, a tapestry of manipulation. He gave with one hand, took with the other. Freedoms vanished under the guise of security. He controlled their media, their food, their very thoughts. Dissent was met with swift, brutal justice. The resistance, fragmented and desperate, small pockets of defiance, flickering like candles in the wind. They whispered of freedom, of the heroes who once protected them. But Loki's grip tightened, crushing their hopes. Families torn apart, suspicions sown like seeds of poison. Fear became the currency of the realm. To speak against Loki was to invite his wrath, and his wrath was swift, merciless, absolute. The world held its breath, waiting, praying for a miracle. The Bifrost, shattered, Asgard still reeling from the loss of Odin. Thor, his heart heavy with grief and guilt. He had failed his father, failed Midgard. The weight of his failure, a crushing burden. Heimdall, his gaze distant, filled with sorrow. He had seen it all unfold, the tragedy on Earth, the rise of Loki. He felt Thor's pain, shared his burden. But even in the face of such despair, a flicker of hope remained. Section 5. The weight of duty. A brother's love tested. The weight of the hammer Mjolnir heavier than ever. It pulsed with Thor's anger, his sorrow, but it also resonated with his determination. He would not abandon Midgard. He would face Loki, no matter the cost. The memories of their childhood, a bittersweet ache. He remembered the brother he loved, the one who had played pranks and shared secrets. Was there still good in Loki, or had the darkness consumed him entirely? Section 6. The Gathering Storm. Thor's desperate gambit. Thor rallied what remained of Asgard's forces. The Valkyries, their wings beating with grim determination. The Warriors 3, their faces etched with worry, but their loyalty unwavering. They would stand with Thor even against impossible odds. Heimdall, his eyes filled with a father's concern, opened the Bifrost. A shimmering portal, unstable and dangerous. The journey would be perilous, but the fate of Earth hung in the balance. There was no other choice. Section 7. Clash of Thunder and Trickery. A battle for Earth's soul. The battle raged. Thor's thunder shook the heavens. Loki's illusions, a dizzying kaleidoscope of fear and despair. The streets of Manhattan became a war zone, the air thick with the stench of ozone and magic. Each blow from Mjolnir a thunderclap of defiance. Each illusion shattered, a victory against Loki's tyranny. But Loki fought with the desperation of a cornered animal, his magic growing more erratic, more dangerous. Section 8. A heart torn asunder. The price of victory. Thor stood over his brother, his victory a hollow one. The battle had been fierce, the stakes unimaginably high. Every strike, every blow had led to this moment. The silence that followed was deafening, a stark contrast to the chaos that had just ensued. Thor's heart ached with a pain he had never known, a pain that no physical wound could ever match. The hammer felt heavy in his hand, a symbol of his terrible burden. Mjolnir, once a beacon of hope and justice, now felt like a shackle, binding him to the consequences of his actions. Each swing of the hammer had been a step closer to this tragic end, and now it lay heavy in his grasp, a reminder of the price he had paid. He had been forced to make an impossible choice, to take a life he had sworn to protect. The bond between brothers, once unbreakable, had been shattered by the cruel hand of fate. Thor's mind raced with memories of their shared past, of laughter and camaraderie, now tainted by the bloodshed that had come between them. The world watched in stunned silence. The reign of terror was over, but at what cost? The people, who had once looked to Thor as their savior, now saw a man broken by the weight of his own decisions. The victory, though necessary, felt like a hollow triumph, overshadowed by the loss of a brother and the innocence that had been forever lost. The hero, victorious yet broken. The villain, vanquished but at the price of his brother's soul. In the end, there were no true winners, only survivors of a battle that had taken more than it had given. Thor's journey had been one of strength and valor, but it had also been one of heartache and sacrifice. As he looked down at Loki, he knew that the scars of this day would never truly heal. The price of victory had been steep, and its toll would be felt for a lifetime. Section 9, From the Ashes, The Long Road to Healing. Slowly, tentatively, the world began to heal. The illusions faded, revealing the scars of Loki's rule. But with each passing day, the sun seemed to shine a little brighter, the laughter of children a little more carefree. The Avengers, their ranks depleted but their spirits unbroken, worked tirelessly to rebuild what had been lost. They knew the world would never be the same, but they clung to the hope of a better future. Section 10. A New Dawn. Hope flickers amidst the ruins. In the heart of the city where once chaos reigned, a new dawn was breaking. The skyline, kissed by the first light of day, seemed to whisper promises of renewal and resilience. Thor stood tall, his eyes scanning the horizon, taking in the sight of a city slowly coming back to life. The streets, once filled with fear and destruction, now echoed with the sounds of rebuilding and recovery. The memory of Loki, a shadow over Thor's heart. Loki's presence, though absent, was a constant companion to Thor. His silhouette, a haunting reminder of the brother he had lost, cast a long shadow over Thor's heart. The pain of his loss was a heavy burden, but it was also a source of strength. It was a reminder of the sacrifices made, the battles fought, and the love that bound them together. But he knew his brother would not want him to wallow in grief. Thor understood that to honor Loki's memory, he had to move forward. He had to be the beacon of hope that his brother believed he could be. As he walked away from the memorial, the sunlight breaking through the clouds seemed to signal a new beginning. It was as if the heavens themselves were urging him to rise above his sorrow and embrace the future with determination. He would honor his sacrifice by protecting the realm, by ensuring that his death was not in vain. With Mjolnir in hand, Thor felt the weight of his responsibility. He was not just a warrior, he was a protector, a guardian of the realm. Every swing of his hammer, every battle he fought was a tribute to Loki's sacrifice. He vowed to protect the realm with all his might, to ensure that his brother's death was not in vain. The world had learned a terrible lesson about the seductive nature of power, the importance of vigilance. The devastation that lay before him was a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked power. The world had paid a heavy price, but it had also learned a valuable lesson. The seductive nature of power, the importance of vigilance, and the need for unity were now etched in the collective memory of the people. It was a lesson etched in pain, but one that would shape the future. The faces of those who grieved, their somber expressions, were a testament to the pain that had been endured. But amidst the sorrow, there was also a sense of resolve. The lessons learned from this tragedy would shape the future, guiding the actions of those who remained. From the ashes of despair, hope began to bloom. Amidst the rubble, new life was emerging. Flowers bloomed where once there was only destruction, a symbol of hope and renewal. The city, like its people, was resilient. From the ashes of despair, hope began to bloom, promising a brighter future for all. Section 11. The Ever-Shifting Multiverse, a promise of adventures yet to come. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, where time and space intertwine in a dance of endless possibilities, there lies a promise. A promise of adventures yet to come, of realms unexplored, and of challenges that will test the very fabric of our hero's resolve. But even as the world rebuilt, whispers of other threats reached Thor's ears. The echoes of past battles still lingered, but the future held its own set of trials. The scars of previous conflicts were still fresh, yet the resilience of the world shone through as it began to heal and rebuild from the ashes of chaos. The multiverse, vast and unknowable, held dangers beyond imagination. Each universe a tapestry of its own, woven with threads of mystery and peril. Strange landscapes filled with creatures and forces unknown beckoned to those brave enough to venture forth. The very essence of reality seemed to shift and change, presenting new challenges at every turn. He knew his work was far from done. New battles awaited. The call to arms was clear, and Thor, ever the warrior, prepared himself for the trials ahead. His heart, though heavy with the weight of past losses, burned with the fire of determination. The path ahead was fraught with danger, but it was a path he was destined to walk. With a heavy heart, but a warrior spirit, Thor turned his gaze towards the stars. The vast expanse of the universe stretched out before him, a canvas of endless possibilities. Each star, a beacon of hope, a reminder of the countless lives depending on his strength and courage. The journey ahead was uncertain, but his resolve was unwavering. He would face these new challenges head-on, guided by the memory of his brother and the hope of a brighter future for all. The multiverse awaited. The memory of his brother, a source of strength and inspiration, fueled his every step. With each challenge, he He carried the hope of a future where peace and harmony reigned supreme. The multiverse, with all its wonders and dangers, was a realm of infinite possibilities, and Thor was ready to embrace it all.